Welcome back to yet another episode of Soul Talk Majestically Eternal Conversations. We have made it to episode 13, and guess what? It is also Juneteenth, featuring not only myself, Branisha Wilson, also known as Natural Honey, and my co-host,
Bianca Marie, also known as She's Soulful.
Yes.
Get you some of this soulfulness.
Get into it. All right. We're just going to get into the quotes.
All right, so would you like to start with the quote of the day, the first quote?
Yeah. All right. You can't lead the people if you don't love the people.
Hello.
I'm going to say it one more time because sometimes y'all don't be hearing me. You can't lead the people if you don't love the people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't save the people if you don't serve the people.
Ashe.
All right, that's by Mr. Cornel West. Okay, get into it. Sis, what you got for the day?
So the quote I have goes like this. It's time we stop worrying and get angry, But not angry and pick up a gun. Angry and open our minds.
Yeah, who that by?
That would be by Tupac Shakur. Elated solar return to him. He just had an ancestral return around the sun.
He surely did.
And with that said, the divine, majestic, soulful topic of the day is what, sis?
Black in America 2020.
Black in America 2020.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. First topic, subtopic of the day is welcome to our reality.
So what does that look like to you, sis?
It looks like it is now. Just kidding. To me, that looks like, what we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are, honestly, we're really not welcoming them to our reality. We're just bringing them back in because we've been here before. We've been through this before, with
truth
all that's going on and, being black in America and, the crimes, the abuse and, just welcoming you to our reality because some of y'all are privileged.
Speak on.
I just let y'all know so it's had a bit of something. But no, seriously though, welcome to being black in America 2020. Moving on. I feel like that's a newscast. I said that like a newscast person. No, seriously. What does that mean to you? Welcome to your reality. Let me say your.
Okay. So like you said, I have to agree with that. This is nothing new. The only reason why the world even paid attention is because we had to already sit down due to Rona.
The what?
The Rona.
Okay. COVID and his 19 cousins. I stole that from somebody.
But, the reality is that anybody who isn't white and privileged, as Sis says, has not understood this reality of being black in America, melanin in America, Nubian in America, divine
Copper
in America, copper in America. Because a lot of y'all didn't know that y'all were in the presence of gods. So when I think of welcome to our reality, that is letting the world know worldwide that this is what we've had to deal with in America since the beginning of time. Since we're celebrating Juneteenth and Juneteenth week, because it's a movement. It's not just a day anymore. It's not just a week. It's a movement. Celebrating Juneteenth means to honor your ancestors and to honor those people who are here with you now. And it also means to support Black-owned businesses.
Do that.
But welcoming our reality is honoring our ancestors. And also, the world has to now you got to take accountability and responsibility. The United States of corporation, you got to take accountability and responsibility now. We're here now.
Been here.
And our ancestors stand 10 toes behind us. So welcoming yourself to our reality is to acknowledge white supremacy and white privilege. And to acknowledge that a lot of white people don't even know their history. They don't even know why they act the way they do. But let me tell you something. We getting hip to it. Either we've been learning, we've learned, or we're still learning, and really all three. But welcome to this reality. Y'all get to see America for what it is. And not even America, even though it's still being Black in America 2020, but it's really the United States. Yeah. So that's what that looks like to me, sis. You know, welcoming the world to our reality, but like you pointed out, white privilege. Some of y'all need to check y'all privilege at the front door, because it won't be welcomed here.
It really won't.
And if you're going to be an ally, just like we said 2 weeks ago on episode 12, if you're going to be an ally, really be an ally. And show that you're an ally with your receipt.
Yeah, because I'm going to need that receipt.
Yeah. If you're a real ally, support Black-owned businesses. Support us. Welcome to our reality, because, you know, honestly, sis, and we've talked about this off camera, now it's like a lot of corporations, a lot of businesses, and, you know, it's a lot of people who are not melanin.
Yeah.
Or who are not, you know, the brown melanin, because everybody's melanin, you know. But anyway, it's a lot of people who are considered white in America, right? It's a lot of them basically showing that they're here for us. But then it's also like a lot of them, like corporations, they're putting stuff on their website saying that they support Black lives.
And they don't.
And Black Lives Matter, exactly.
They're just trying to make money.
Exactly. They're putting streets up. Exactly. They're putting streets up and stuff in honor of Black Lives Matter. But if you're really an ally,
you don't have to do that.
Show us your receipt.
Show a 365. 366 if you really like to.
What?
Thank you. It's just Amazon.
But no, it's like if you really support us, you really want to be an ally, show with your receipt, show with your dollar. Invest in those Black communities. Y'all have to keep it real. The United States and even America, the whole world, y'all love said Black culture, but don't love Black people. So if you really support us and you really feel for the reality that we aren't hip to, like we already know, this ain't nothing new for us. But if you really support us and you down for us because you know that we've been oppressed and you see the said powers that be, you see what they're doing. If you really support us by investing in our business, the way that we've invested in y'all because we had no choice for years.
Yeah.
For decades. You want to do us a favor? You want to show us that you're an ally?
I don't hear you.
And I mean, that's what I have to say, you know. The reality for us is not reality because we've been here, or it's not a new reality because it still is reality.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's new, you know.
They're just good at hiding it, or have been good at hiding it for some time.
Yeah.
But now, not the time to hide, and we're not letting up.
No, and we're not letting up. And you can't hide no more. The world has to sit down and pay attention.
Yeah, and we had time to do it because we free.
Exactly. So we had time to pay attention. So now we're going to see who has time to really support. And even to my own people, to our own people. If you really want our people to evolve, support. And I'm not just saying support with your funds, but you're going to have to support. If you're going to step into this reality of white privilege, white supremacy, injustice, oppression, first do it by walking in your truth and speaking up when you know that shit ain't right.
Say that.
We ain't going to focus on this subtopic completely, but that's the first subtopic. Welcome to our reality. White people, welcome.
Welcome. Hello. How are you?
And I'm going to move on to the second subtopic, unless you want to add anything.
No, sis, you really broke it down the way it needed to be broken down, the way it needed to be heard, the way it needed to be seen. Yeah, that's really it for welcome.
I like that, the way it needed to be seen. So the next subtopic is living in a system that wasn't made for us and was always against us. We somewhat talked about this in the first subtopic. The reality is that the system is white supremacist, white male patriarchal, and white privilege.
It's broken.
Yeah.
It's been broken.
It's been broken, but the reality is that this system, sis, was never built for us, as we put in the subtopic, but the system has done exactly what it was supposed to do.
Degrade us.
And so then let me also chime in on why it should just be a celebration of Juneteenth. June should just be Juneteenth month, for one.
I like that.
And, it should be a celebration of Juneteenth really every day for lifetimes. But July 4th is not something that we need to celebrate. July 4th, 1776, our people were still slaves. Our people were still being hung, because we're going to keep it 100% flunky, burnt at the stake. Like, our people were beaten. You know what I'm saying? Our people were raped. Like, we're not going to sit up here and celebrate a July 4th when, last time I checked, the original man and woman were enslaved.
So, what are we celebrating?
Nothing.
Alrighty.
But on Juneteenth, even though, because I don't know if all of y'all know what Juneteenth is who are watching this, but Juneteenth basically is the day that slaves in Texas were told they were free. But they had been free 2 years before that. So even Juneteenth was a struggle, because they had to find out 2 years later that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed.
So they were still slaves.
Yes.
And didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know that they were free.
But as it says, it wasn't made for us.
It wasn't. The system was not made for us. The system, which is exactly why, we feel oppressed, which is exactly why we deal with, all the discrimination, the bias, the backlash. We deal with that because the system was never built for us. So the system, which would be the Constitution, was created July 4th, 1776. Our people were not free.
That's
Our
crazy.
people were still suffering. It is
I bet
crazy.
a lot of y'all don't know that.
Well,
now you know.
So the system, it's just not for us. And I know it's a radical suggestion that I'm about to make, but we keep on wanting to reform a system that isn't for us. It's time to dismantle the system. And none of this is going to happen overnight. But we got to start building system and laws, legislation that is for us.
We're going to have to clear out the house and bring a whole new.
Yes.
Because we can't keep using the same one, because we ain't going to get nowhere. We're going to be just how we are now.
Exactly.
But I know it's not understood. I'm going to say that. It's not understood to them that they need to clear out the house to bring new. When I say new, I mean new. And you need to bring some of this in there. Because if you're not bringing none of this in there, then what?
Exactly.
Where we going?
And you got to bring the ones who actually want the betterment of their people. Not the coons. You don't want those type of people in office or in, legislative sanctions. I don't think sanctions was the right word. In legislative, it's at the tip of my tongue. In legislative spaces, I'll just use that.
That sounds better.
Because I think sanctions has something to do with the prison system.
Yeah,
that's one of the main systems. One of the main, parts of the system that needs to be just debunked completely. The prison system is so biased. Like, they intentionally target and prey upon Black men first. Because Black men know who you be, know your power. You carry something so divine and strong in you that basically white supremacy and white privilege they've had to implant drugs, guns, and violence into your neighborhoods, into your homes, just so that they can, excuse me, just so that they can actually put you into jail and prison. It's a war on Black bodies. And it's a war on Black bodies because this system that was never for us, they fear white genetic annihilation. And here's a fun fact for all you white people who are listening or watching, with all due respect, y'all are not even white. Y'all are melanin. Y'all just, no offense, but y'all would be considered low deficient. Y'all have the recessive melanin gene. But y'all not even white. Y'all come from us. It's all love. You just, you got besides yourself.
A lot of it.
That's some history for y'all. So it's like, never get it twisted. If you notice, the so-called Black people, because Black people, another lesson, you aren't Black. Black is your divine frequency. It's your divine essence. Black is a color that can create any color. You can mix Black with something and make a whole new color. Right. But Black people, you aren't Black. You're brown. And we have a multitude shades of brown. Now, I don't want to ramble, but y'all needed to hear this. Spirit is telling me to tell y'all what's good. But like me and Sis said, the system ain't for us. It's not for us. So we're going to need people who look like us building and creating a new system. Because the reality is we can't continue to live under a system that's not built for us and expect them to have our back. So either we create a new system or we change all.
We change everything.
All of the laws.
Let's just all start fresh.
In real life.
Because that's what we really need.
And that's what we need. And, some of y'all might be like, oh, what they talking about? We speaking real. We speaking truth.
Right.
We're bringing truth to light and speaking truth to power.
It's already been here. This information has already been here, but nobody has gone digging for the information. It's
exactly.
been hidden from us.
And it's most certainly been hidden from us.
So when we do bring it about, on platforms such as this, they be thinking we don't know what we're talking about. We're not going to bring you any information that is not factual, that we didn't do the research ourselves. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to help you. We're going to guide you. We're going to teach you, but we're also going to learn. Don't forget that.
Yeah, we have to. But like in real life, another great example. And though we honor our ancestors who were slaves and who had to be in bondage and who sacrificed so much for us, we didn't start, history does not start as slavery. We didn't start off as enslaved people, rather. Excuse me. We didn't start off as enslaved people. Our people were kings and queens. Our people taught what is today known as white people or colonizers. We taught those people, Europeans, we taught them what they know. The Moors taught them. Look it up. Because the Moors even lived in parts of Europe. They had empires in parts of what is today known as Europe. Just look it up. But one more thing I want to add about the system, because I know that we've been focused on police brutality. Okay, police started off as slave patrollers. They were slave catchers. That is the history that police officers are rooted in. And I'm not saying all police officers are bad, because I know that there's some police officers that look like this, that have that brown skin complexion. But sir and ma'am, you will continue to be under the curse of police and slave patrols and slave catchers as long as you are rooted in that history. So when people say defund the police, I see it as, give those resources to education, healthcare, and even therapy. The whole world needs some type of therapy. Come on now.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Especially in these times.
Exactly.
We really need it now.
Just within these 3 months alone, with all that's been going on. But I just want y'all to know, when we say defund the police, or when people say defund the police, I look at it as we also are still going to have to create like a whole new system of, police officers. Because, of course, we are going to need people who want to fight for the communities and who want to protect the communities. But right now, the current police officers don't protect and serve. Even after George Floyd, sis, officers are still killing men. Rashad Brooks, may he rest. May you rest, ancestor, in peace and rise in power. Because we gonna need you. Yeah. But even after that, it was police officers still gunning down Black men. Okay, sis, I don't want to ramble. I don't know, some just came over.
When you need to say what you gotta say, I'm gonna let you say it. Okay. All right, because the people need to hear it. So when you say it, you saying it for us.
I am. You got something to say about the system? Sis. I mean, the subtopic is really, straightforward, clear, and concise.
You said everything that needed to be said, and we're going to keep saying it because there's going to be more podcasts. There are going to be more episodes to come.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just season one. This is just for today. But, there's more coming. So regardless, we're going to keep talking about these issues.
Exactly.
We're going to keep expressing these issues to you, whether you want to hear it or not. And that's all right. Because somebody out there want to hear it. Somebody out there need help. It's not like we at church. Somebody!
But no, I mean, the real church is when two or more people, and we just talked about the ancestors, and that's just as much a part of the Creator as anything. The ancestors are more part of the Creator than the church building. So when two or more come in agreement and speaking on the Mother and Father Creator name, say that. Then hey, and we've been speaking on ancestors and spirits, so hey, hello. All right.
Welcome
to Soul Talk. And Majestically Eternal.
Yes.
Because we all of that.
We everything. We the sun, moon, the stars, universe.
Why was I thinking that? No, for real.
Say all that. But no, you hit all the points for that one, so I'm just all right.
Wait, look, you.
I want y'all to sit on that, because if you need to rewind what she said, please do, because you speaking facts.
Well, thank you, sis. You lead the third subtopic.
All right.
Because this one's for real facts.
Okay. Your action and your voice matter.
Now. And I'm going to let her go.
No, but, that it's all self-explanatory. That's why I like these topics. Subtopics that we come up with, because it's self-explanatory. But your voice does matter. When you take action, that matters. And like you said, it doesn't have to be the green.
No.
It can be by you just reposting or, speaking up, speaking out.
Yes.
Or getting with a group of individuals or, powerful people. Because y'all powerful. Yes. Powerful people and getting together and coming together to, help, to change, to evolve, to elevate as one. Sometimes we got to have like a leader to guide us in the right direction.
I agree.
Because if we don't have at least that one person's like, hey, if I get this many people together, just imagine what we could do.
I agree.
I ain't gonna name no names because we don't need to name them. She knows who. And speaking of, there's a few of them out there though that we follow. Yeah, and just taking accountability, as you said. Yeah, because your voice does matter. Don't think it don't. Even just the slightest bit of any information that you do have can help anybody.
Somebody. Slightest bit.
And we don't have, I'm just saying, we don't have that many followers on our business page, but we do on our personal. So, we incorporate them together.
Exactly.
Yours, mine, and the business.
Exactly.
But we try to push up towards the business so we can all do great things.
Yes, and the business page is at Majestically Eternal.
Why are you going to do that?
Because look, we are building together, but in order for you all to get more of Soul Talk and Majestically Eternal, we got to work with each other. Yeah. We all we got. So the business page is at Majestically Eternal. The at symbol MAJESTICALLY ETERNAL. Majestically Eternal. So please follow us. And as you can see, those are our personal pages right there as we lay before you. So we thank you all again, just to throw that in there.
Yeah.
But, sis is right. Like, your voice matters. So we follow people and we do our best to make sure that we're sharing those leaders that we follow. Mm-hmm. We make sure that we're just sharing our own thoughts, our own words, or some thoughts and words that we feel resonates with us. Because it's time. Excuse me, my nose itch. But it's time. Like, it's time to really go forth and speak truth. Like,
speak your truth.
When you gotta speak your truth. And what's my friend James Baldwin, y'all? That is a great ancestor.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, all the ancestors are great.
But, he's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them. And, he has a quote that says it really says, because I've seen it say to be black in America, but it's really to be a Negro in America. Mm-hmm. And to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all the time.
I just scrolled upon that today.
Yes. And so what he meant by that is to be aware of the system that we live in, of the history of our people, and the history of our oppressors. Like, to be aware of all these things and to still be living in this BS is to be enraged. But like Tupac said, we're not going to be angry and pick up a gun. We're not going to be angry and be ready to, fight unless y'all want to go to war. And we only go into war if, people start coming on turf that they don't need to come on.
Right.
But if y'all want to make peace and y'all want to make love, and to the allies, if y'all want to grow with us, show us. But to my people, to our people, to Soul Talk Majestically Eternal people, pick up a book, open your mind, learn a new skill, and love on your people and invest in your people.
Right.
That's what we're doing. When your action and your voice matters, everybody has a part to play. There's so many different things that you all can do. That we can do. So let's do it.
Let's do it together.
The time is ripe. Okay? The time is now.
That's what she did in that movie. Lauren Hill. She was saying.
Oh, yeah, girl. That's a movie. Yes. But, let's get into did you want to add anything before I move forward?
No, you really spoke. But I like how you threw in there, read books. Gotta say that out loud. But no, because I've been picking up more books.
As have I.
And as I see, people, whether, whatever social media media it is, and I see a book, I'm going to save it. Whether I'm going to get
that too.
Yes. Whether I'm going to read that book right then and there, or I'm going to save it and buy it later, it's still a book that I know that's going to teach me something.
Exactly.
Or I'm going to share it with you, or share it with the group of ladies, that I'm in a group with, whatever it is. Share it with me. If you got some books, please share it with us. Because we've had some friends who have actually shared some books with us. So
yeah, our tattoo artist
that's
actually
most important.
Shared a lot
Reading
of
is fundamental, because what you see on the news and what you see on the internet sometimes is not always correct. I'm just going to say that right here, right now. They're not going to always show you what's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. They're going to show you what they want to show you. Mm-hmm. You know how things are like pre-recorded,
Yeah.
Like right now, pre-recorded. They can pre-record what they want you to see and then throw it out there. But then there's something else going on that's probably even, let me just say worse. Or even the good. They don't like to post good.
Yeah, I mean, they like to distract.
Yeah,
the news likes to distract and instill fear in you.
And that's why.
The news wants to see everyone conform. And though there be one mind in the universe, the conscious mind, the divine mind, the original mind, there are still individuals. And if we weren't supposed to be here, we wouldn't be here. You feel me? Like, if we wasn't supposed to be here, this ain't where we would be. So,
say that.
Please pay attention to that, because reading is fundamental. And sometimes you gotta shut off the world and tune into yourself. When you reading, when you catering to yourself, focusing on that self-love, you are allowed to tap in to the creator and the creator's creation. All right, well, I will proceed to the next subtopic. And that subtopic says, where do we go from here? What's next? And if you've been listening, like really listening, Sis and I have been dropping gems on what's next. We've already been talking about that because it's a movement. We're here for a lifetime, not a long time, not a good time. Right? Look, we're here for a lifetime, long time, good time. We're not here for no short time. No. It's not temporary.
We're here for life.
Yes, this is not temporary. So what's next, sis? Let them know on behalf of Soul Talk what is next.
What isn't next? Okay. Black empowerment is next.
Yes.
Growth is next. Black-owned businesses rising is next. Because, we want to do events where we can have with not even just our, melanin kings and queens. I want to be able to do it as a worldwide thing. Where we all can come together.
I agree.
But what's next? It's okay. But what's next is, supporting your own.
Yes.
Well, that's really what's right now. But
still, what's next? What's right
Where do we go from here? We're going to go up.
Okay. Facts.
Where are we not going is the question. Yeah, Nancy. Since where we going? I know, I just see a little humor in there sometimes.
So first I'm going to speak on what Sis said. Soul Talk, Majestically Eternal, we do want to do events. And we don't just want them to be excluded only excluded or exclusive to our melanin kings and queens. Right. We're not our oppressors. Let's make that clear.
I like how you said that.
We still support, respect, honor, and love human life. Our Creator created all of us. But some of y'all got it twisted. You're not going to sit up here and keep on downplaying mama and daddy.
Thank you.
Like, you're not going to sit up here and keep doing that. We do want to have events where we can just be, human beings. Another lesson for y'all. Race is when you running in a competition.
I like that.
The real race is the human race. We are the human kind. Because it's different creations on this planet. We got plants. And we got the animal kingdom as far as the four-legged animals. We the two-legged animals, with all due respect. But, the Creator has everything here that the Creator wants to be here. And we want to celebrate with everyone. But we want to celebrate real unity, real freedom, and real justice, and real love. Because to those white people who may be listening or even watching, because to my podcast loves, we are on YouTube now. I know we told y'all, but I know y'all like, what are they talking about? We're on YouTube as well, so we're talking to two different types of audience.
Yes.
But to the people who are white and who are racist, or who don't know if they're racist, or who just don't know like what is going on.
Yeah.
Or, why am I like this? Why do I even view black people like this, or melanin people like this? Let me just, keep it 100% flunky with y'all. We have no problem with white people, but we also won't allow anyone to oppress us anymore. And there was this tweet that said, we're not our ancestors. We are our ancestors, and they are us, because our ancestors never laid down. We had ancestors in every generation that fought endlessly for us. So we are ancestors 2.0. We're not tolerating that no more. We're going to speak up for ourselves.
Yeah.
We will fight.
And they're not used to,
yeah, they're
speaking
not.
up.
They're not.
That's the
And you
problem
can tell.
right there.
And you can tell, but see, we're not doing that no more because it's 2020. And, you know, it's a new day. It's a new divine day. And the creator and spirit and ancestors have told my people, especially the people who are on my frequency and my vibrations, that we ain't doing that no more.
Mm-hmm.
So to my white people, if you don't even know why you racist, figure out what's going on in the world and be willing to just take accountability that you just automatically participated in a history that you didn't even understand. You was racist because your people were racist. You are racist because your people are racist. But we humans just like you. Yeah. And we put our pants on one leg at a time, just like you. Nobody rises higher than anyone. And so we all need to get that together. All of us. Yeah. But ain't no more oppression. It's a new day. Like sis said. Everything. What you say? Well, what's next? Everything is next. Everything is truly next. That's just the
best way to explain it. There's more to come. As we say, more life, more everything.
Yes, more life, more everything.
This is our time. This is our moment to really come together and rise above the oppression.
Ashe. Yeah. And so what's next in specific? Invest in Black-owned businesses, my people, and the allies. Invest in Black-owned businesses. Stop culture appropriating white people or non-Black melanin people. You know who you are. Stop doing that. My people, we gotta learn how to grow our own food.
Yes, I want to do that.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
Garden,
exactly. We gotta learn how to grow our own food. We have to learn how to pick up more books. We gotta learn to weed ourselves off distractions. We have to put our health first. Health is wholeness.
Health is wealth.
Yes, we have. We gotta work out. We gotta train. You know, at the end of the day, what sis and I talk about isn't something that's gonna happen overnight. You know, yeah, we want it to be a day where everybody can come together on some real ally type vibes.
That's the day that's gonna turn.
Yeah, that's the day that's
gonna be a powerful day.
And it is. And there will be some allies. There are some allies now, but also I won't act oblivious to what I'm seeing. It's still a lot of racist ass people in this world. And it's a lot of white people who don't even know why they feel the way that they do or do the things they do. And then it's some white people who fear white genetic annihilation. If you want to read more about that book, it's called The ISIS Papers by Francis Cress Welsing, the ancestor Francis Cress Welsing. So, as of right now, what's next in the now, what we're already doing, what we need to continue to do is support Black businesses. We need to learn how to grow our own food, because if we're going to dismantle a system, we can't be dependent on it anymore. That's basically all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been rambling, but I've been speaking my truth.
What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
You're right. And so, if we're going to dismantle a system and change legislation, we can't depend on the system anymore. We gotta learn how to grow our own food. We gotta learn how to, we gotta learn how to do those basic necessity things. We don't need to be dependent on our oppressors anymore. Because they're showing us, especially in this time, in these last 3 months that we've just had to sit down, and just look at the world. They flexed on us. And they've shown us so much. So we got to learn how to acquire our own wealth, build our own food, build our own communities, teach our own children.
That's important.
And just continue to love upon each other and heal. Because I know my people, that we have a lot of healing to do.
A lot.
But let's do it.
Most definitely. And seek therapy.
Yes.
Don't let nobody tell you that the melanin, anything, don't need it. because we need it just as much as anybody else needs.
I shall. Right. All right. Well, the final subtopics is get into it.
Remember, our existence lasts for a lifetime. That sounds beautiful. But, we chose this as our last subtopic because it speaks for itself. This is not going anywhere. This existence, what we're going through right now, is for a lifetime. And anytime that we are going through what we are going through right now, just know that we coming together. We coming hard. We coming for your heads. Nobody is safe. I mean, I can't sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say it nice. I know it sounds a little rough, but that's all right. Sometimes you're going to need it to be said to you like that.
You're right.
So, remember, this is not for today. This is not for an hour, a few minutes. No, this is for a lifetime. And we've been going through it, and we're still going through it. So, therefore, we got some time to go. We got some work to do.
We do. I agree with that. But it's all doable.
Remember,
our existence lasts for a lifetime. To me, means that we've been here. We was gonna be here, and we're not going nowhere.
No. I mean, y'all want us to go somewhere, but we gonna go somewhere, all right?
But we're not. And I know I've been dropping a lot of history lessons, but I guess I needed, the audience, wherever you might be listening or tuning in, I needed y'all to understand that we do live in a system of white supremacy and white privilege. And it's important to know our reality and what, melanin men and women have faced since our ancestors were put into bondage here. I need y'all to understand the system that we live in because you are now oppressed, my friend. Any and everybody who had to go through Rona, which was, as far as I'm concerned, majority of the world except Africa. It wasn't the whole continent of Africa that had to experience that.
Yeah.
But if you had to experience Rona, you know what it means to be oppressed. And I don't take away from the fact that people transition during this global pandemic, but they played y'all. And y'all let them. And we really didn't have a choice but to let them play us. Because they showed us that we depend on this system that oppresses us. And baby, this goes for black, white, yellow,
purple, green,
red, all
the
of it.
colors.
Whatever shade you want to consider yourself. This goes for you.
I'm gold glitter.
But real talk though, like I told y'all earlier, our history did not start in slavery. And it definitely isn't ending in oppression. We were here. We are the original man and woman. The reason why the white supremacists, because a few of these, not all of them, but a few of these white supremacists or the top 1%, the Trump folk, the people who are in government, a lot of them know what they're doing. They know why they're oppressing us. And black man, melanin man, Nubian man, Moor man, whatever you want to be called, they definitely prey on you, as Sis said in the beginning of this episode, because your sperm alone could wipe out white people. So, as far as I'm concerned, white privilege and white supremacy is a little dick issue. Because at the end of the day, the only man who can create any other shade or who will have a baby with an Asian woman or a white woman, Hispanic women, but Hispanic women are close to us, like more close to us than anyone. What I'm saying is a black man can have a baby with all these different ethnicities and the baby still will come out looking melanin because that's the power of the melanin and the original man. Boom, bam, pow. So all I'm saying is, we're the beginning and we're the end. So the day you won't see us anymore is the day when there is no more of us. And I mean, that's what it is. We are night and day, sun and moon. We are stars. I love y'all to life. Sis loves y'all to life.
Yes.
We thank y'all for this mellow, smooth episode today. And we can only say that we hope that you all took something with you from this episode.
Yes.
That will allow you to be a part of this evolution. Because, baby, the time is ripe for evolution and revolution, and it's happening. It's not going to stop.
Nope.
But, like, Jill, why I say Jill Scott?
What Jill?
Let's take a long walk. But I meant, I forgot his name. I think it's okay, maybe it's not Jerron, but you know the man who says the revolution will not be televised, the revolution is live?
What's his name?
Jerron. Look it up on your phone.
Jerron.
Hold on, pause.
Look, who's Jerron?
Look up the revolution will not be televised. I don't know how to pronounce his name, y'all.
Oh, look, it just popped up already. You ain't even got to do much.
What is his?
Yeah.
Also, his name is Jill. I was right, y'all, but I was thinking of
She was
Let's Take
thinking
a
of the
Long
wrong
Walk.
Jill, y'all. She
So
was
it's
thinking
Jill
of the lady
Scott.
Jill. Ain't that so interesting that she has a... I'm going to have to see why her name is her name.
Right, and that's probably why.
And that's probably why.
But
yeah, you said it
but
right.
Jill Scott Heron, I think, because I want to say Heron. That was alright. But Jill Scott Heron, you know, he said the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live. Well, the revolution has been happening for so long. It's been live. The first revolution, however, starts in the mind. So when you decide to open up your mind and be open to changing the things around you instead of accepting the things that you cannot change, as Angela Davis said, then you will understand. You will understand what it means to be Black in America today, tomorrow, next year,
You said it right, sis.
and 5 years after. I said in 5 years after. But no, for real. When you are ready for this evolution, because, I mean, I feel like we're all at the point where we understand the reality. We know what's going on.
We know.
So when you are ready for the evolution and the revolution, it will happen.
We can't turn the blind eye no more. Sorry, not sorry.
We can't. And we're going to continue to speak our truth, and we're going to continue to walk
Open
in it.
my third eye. You play too much.
But with love and light, we thank you
Yes.
all for tuning in and listening. It was an honor to have you all here with us. And until next time, peace.